Hi, I'm Tim Zonka. I'm the Vice President of Portfolio Marketing here at Commvault. And Commvault is a cyber resilience company. We serve security and IT leaders and their teams, and ultimately help them remain resilient through outages and attacks so that they can maintain a continuous business for all the constituents that they serve. So that may be their customers, it may be patients that they're helping keep healthy, it may be students that they're educating, citizens that they're serving, or what have you. Our flagship security product is Commvault Cloud. It's our cyber resilience platform. And within Commvault Cloud, there are a host of capabilities that really help our customers remain resilient. So I'll start kind of on the front end of the process. One of the things that Commvault Cloud is great at doing is helping organizations understand what they have and the risk that's associated with it. So we have discovery capabilities that will look for sensitive data. Once it finds that sensitive data, it could help you do things with it. It could help you categorize it, help you move it, help you delete it if something shouldn't be there. And it gives you a sense of the risk that you have from a security posture perspective. We also have our discovery capabilities also will look across your cloud resources, and it will let you know beyond data. It will say these are the cloud resources that you're using across GCP or Azure, AWS, and it will map all of those out. It will give you an analysis. Are they protected and recoverable or not? And then it will make all of that, not just your data, but all of that recoverable so you could recover then full cloud stacks. So at the front end, we help you find what you look across your estate so you get a sense of your data security risk profile and then help you protect that. After that, then we make sure that all of what you found that you want protected and recoverable is indeed recoverable. And so we have a set of capabilities here from a cyber perspective that allow you to understand, is the data after a cyber incident, which you can't trust anymore, is it clean? So we use AI to look for AI threat signatures. We look for anomalies across your data and help you define and identify the clean points to recover to. And then we help you recover it all during an incident or after an incident. And we even help you test the recovery of all this. I just got an email from a customer not long ago, and they say that the first thing that they check in the morning before email is the recovery, cyber recovery tests from the night before. Did everything go as planned so that they're practiced and they know if when it's go time during a critical cyber incident, they've already gone through the mechanics of recovery, identifying that things are clean, and then actually recovering that to the proper environments. They do that kind of in good times, so when things are bad, they can ensure that they can recover fast. There's a large financial institution that we work with, and they woke up one day to realize that there was a massive outage across the systems that they provide for their customers, and it looked like everything was wiped out. This was an outage. They had run this application out of one of the main clouds, and thankfully, one of the best practices that they had implemented was having a backup copy of this critical data in another cloud. And so they were able to really rapidly restore all of this customer data so that their customers were able to access all their financial records, their money, their savings or what have you. And so in that case, having these kind of systems of resilience and the automation behind the scenes to make sure that the data is being backed up properly, it's recoverable and resilient, allowed them to just rapidly restore after a dramatic outage. What's interesting from a cybersecurity trend perspective here is how fast that landscape is evolving, and I think then the dramatic risks that it poses. Let's take an example of something like identity. When you have, so one of the things that we do as part of our platform is we have really strong identity resilience. So think things like Active Directory and Entra ID, and we make that recoverable. So if it's kind of the keys to the kingdom in a cyber attack. So a lot of malicious actors are trying to, are going through Active Directory or Entra ID in order to give themselves access to critical systems. And in the case of something like identity resilience and even just broader identity management, it's a long established practice. You give access, authorization, and access to people to access various systems across the landscape. Well, agentic AI is really emerging quickly where, agents more so than ever before are going to be performing actions just like a person would. And so this notion of kind of agent access it's new and emerging in such a way that I think the risks and the threats associated with kind of just this dramatic explosion of agentic and AI. I think that's one of the biggest trends that we're really building a lot of innovation around to help our customers keep up with that fast moving environment. The biggest thing that sets Commvault apart is how Commvault helps restore an entire business after an outage or an attack, not just the data. Historically, the data protection, the backup recovery space has really focused on just protecting the data. We think that's a given. And so some of the things that we've done over the course of the last bit to go beyond data is things like identity resilience with Active Directory, Entra ID. But I think probably one of the most unique things that we do is we allow organizations to protect, make recoverable, and rapidly restore full application stacks. And so, as an example, our Cloud Rewind set of capabilities, it will go and discover all your cloud resources. It will give you a status if those are recoverable or not, and actually map them all out, all the dependencies. It creates these assemblies of here's what your application stack and infrastructure look like in the cloud. Of course, it includes data, but it goes way beyond data and shows you your application dependencies, the resources that you're using. So think things like serverless, compute, VPC, networking, and it'll actually protect all of that. The so what or the result is when you need to recover after some sort of outage or cyber attack, you're not just recovering the data and then figuring out how to, manually, bring back all these other pieces. You can bring all of it back at once. So we have customers that have gone from weeks to recover a stack that looks like that to a matter of minutes. And so there are things that you could do in the cloud that are close to, either impossible or really hard to do in a traditionally packaged world. So we're taking advantage of those mechanics and allowing customers to go way beyond just I think traditional data recovery and really restoring kind of full application infrastructure and data stacks so they get their business back up and running really quickly. This is something no other vendor on the planet's doing.